Some of the beasts who live here have never seen day. Out of Date says the time has come for you to reconcile with your past. Lupa-Lupin is still staying in the camp where he was brought up. He hopes you'll find the answers you are looking for there. It's in your nature to hope for the best but prepare for the worst, but it's likely a meeting with the Lupin will end in confrontation. He'll point you in the right direction, but the rest is up to you. This part of the journey is one you'll have to do on your own. Lupa-Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Out of Date hopes you'll find your way and the answers you were looking for once you're there. He knows he said it before, but the time has come to put an end to the Lupin's reign of terror. You should get over there, come face to face with destiny. It's going to be you against the Lupin. No rules. He's happy to help. Says you're welcome back. You'd be drier in a swamp. Let's see. Lupa-Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Tread carefully here. This is Lupa-Lupin's camp. Keep focused on what you can do today. Tomorrow's already gone. Lupa-Lupin says he's been looking forward to this moment. He wanted you to come here and see for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're like your mother. You would have made the same decision and taken the same action she did. You're a killer too. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupa-Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come and he was patient. So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. Just so. He marked you for life, so he'd recognize you when you met again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from. His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature and he couldn't go hungry. But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. bullets everywhere. You're on the ropes. Seems dirty down here in the dirt.
Cosata ghetto. Mauya.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Cosata ghetto. Ikamaperna. Maotoliawahu.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Noko in the east.
Befarbihita huntukub kirko.
Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Noko.
Ayamu aya. Oloi bobo paweg.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Noko and making sure she gets what she needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date was spot on. The hoof puff needs to be stopped. Out of Date says that Noko is worried now that the Eastern World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Noko keeps a fabled steed that she has planned to ride out to the World Eater, but needs help to get it prepared. Out of Date suggests that you should head east as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Wonder what you can find down here.